Man, this is not the Planet of the Apes sequel I imagined. What is up, Flick fans, and welcome back to my channel. I finally got to see Rampage. So Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson stars in the brand new Brad Pitt movie based on the video game, arcade game, whatever you want to call it. But I played this game and it was fun. But the premise in the game was a lot different than the premise in this movie. In the game, you have a human that turns into a giant animal, and in this, you have an animal that turns into a bigger animal. But I'm one of the last people on YouTube to review this movie, and I have to get out of here very soon, so let's go through this. If you guys don't know how my reviews work, I like to talk about the good, the bad, and give you my score. Let's talk about the good. I need a graphic that just flashes Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson over and over because he really is, of course, the best part of this movie. But you knew that, and everyone has already talked about it. The guy has suave, he has swag, he continues to become a better actor, he's an action star, and he never dies in movies. And frankly, I didn't care about any of the other human characters in this movie. There are a couple of funny characters that kind of go away and you never really worry about them again. And then you have these side characters. Our boy Negan from The Walking Dead, he's good to a point, and then the shtick starts to get a little old. I didn't really buy the chemistry between the main two leads as much as I did between The Rock and his big gorilla friend, but I actually thought their relationship was really good when the gorilla was small. I thought it worked, and you could really feel, it's amazing, isn't it, how incredible The Rock is. He makes you feel between him and basically nothing there until post-production, then it's a monkey. And that last 25 minutes, while nothing, absolutely nothing makes sense, it is the fun Rampage movie that you were looking for. It's lots of destruction and action, and lots of people died in this movie, actually. And here's what I'll say about it. I don't really like how the elements combine together, but on their own, when you have that humor, every now and then it will work really well. And there are a lot of horror elements in this film as well, and I looked at it as a movie that kids and adults would be good to, but you take your young kids, there's some very scary and bloody imagery in this movie, so if you're a parent, just know that going in. It's not a full-on kids movie, it's kind of for adults and kids. And I will say this, at times this movie was an absolute blast if you turn your brain off. And it's not like some of the Transformers movies where it's offensively bad, it's just, you know, not the best dialogue, not the best acting per se other than The Rock. It's a really fun action movie. Unfortunately, all of the stuff that leads into it is, it's rough to get through. I actually really like the beginning, the first 20 minutes, when you get that relationship build. You start out with a great horror element, and then The Rock does his thing, and he gets you on board. When this movie slows down and drags, it really slows down. I think this thing could have been a flat, 80 minutes and been absolutely fantastic. No, there's just a lot of filler you don't care about, relationship building that you don't really care about, and the villains are horrible. Our boy from The Office, you know, the guy that joined in the 9th season that a lot of people like to forget about. Well, I loved him in The Office, but he is literally the worst in this movie. He and his female sidekick, they are just the way they deliver their dialogue is so cheesy. They're not good, and I don't even think it's the direction or the script. I just think themselves, they just weren't good in the movie, and every time they were on screen, I'm like, all right, this sucks. And the backstory of our female lead, I didn't care. There's a scene when they're all parachuting and they're getting it's literally GoPro footage of their faces. I'm like, I could have done something better than that. Austin, why are you complaining about the cheese? It's Rampage. It's supposed to be cheesy, but the problem here is not the cheesy tone. It's the balance between the horrifying tone, the epic tone, the serious tone, and the cheesy tone. They try to mesh it in this film, and it just doesn't mesh. I think they took themselves a tad bit too seriously. Then you have buildings falling and people dying, and then The Rock's cracking jokes, and it's like, okay, I mean, I guess that kind of works, but then 5 minutes later, he's giving this epic action spiel, and he's got tears coming out of his eyes, and I'm just like, I don't buy it, because 5 minutes ago, you were laughing about the fact that you're in a falling building, choose one. And a lot of people like the movie San Andreas. I wasn't on board with San Andreas, and I don't think I'm totally on board with Rampage. I think Rampage does it just a tad bit better. Overall, Rampage is kind of exactly what I expected it to be, and I don't really know if that's a great thing or a horrible thing. I don't think it's a terrible movie. There's a lot of fun to be had, most of that due to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He's fantastic in this, and because of that, I'm going to give a Rampage just below fresh at 55%, but it's definitely worth watching for the fun and the cheesiness alone. I just think they could have done it better and made it at least a movie that felt less choppy. So what did you guys think of Rampage? Let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear your thoughts. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Have you watched my Isle of Dogs review or my Netflix review that came out today? Be on the lookout for a brand new countdown video on Sunday. You guys are the absolute best. If you have not checked out MovieBabbleReviews.com, be sure to go over to that website. They have some incredible articles and videos and just all around great movie reviews. Every now and then you'll see my videos on there. You guys are the absolute best, and I will catch you later.